Ang Lee is a Taiwanese filmmaker born in 1954 in Pingtung, Taiwan. Lee was the first ever Asian, and even more impressively, the first person of color to win the Best Director award for his film Brokeback Mountain back in 2005. And he also won the award a second time for his film Life of Pi. He was originally nominated for the award in 2000 for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That nomination, however, did not make history, as Akira Kurosawa was nominated for the award in the 80s. Lee began his education in Taiwan, but later moved to the United States to finish his studies. The move between the East and West brought a unique perspective to Lee's world, getting to experience both cultures at a young age, which obviously contributed to his style of filmmaking. Growing up in Chinese-controlled Taiwan must have only strengthened his values in this regard. Ang Lee is the picture of the auteur theory come to life in a director. Just turn on any of his movies and you will find a young character surrounded by an old-time notion of the so-called status quo that society wants them to follow. Many of his films include the character being led towards a sort of enlightenment by other characters or entities within the story, like a tiger, that have either achieved this enlightenment themselves or simply embodied the traits the main character desires. His first three films, known as the Father Knows Best trilogy, tell an anthology of tales about various families across Taiwan coming to terms with broken families, independence, and even homosexuality, long before he directed Brokeback Mountain. Speaking of, his 2005 film Brokeback Mountain had Jack and Ennis fighting against the overwhelming societal norm of being a purely heterosexual male in the background of 1963 Wyoming in conservative Middle America. The two men in the film even take wives of their childhood sweethearts, and have children while continuing on their torturous love affair for 20 years, all up until Jack dies. Sorry if I spoiled the movie for anyone. Another one of his films, Hulk, even though it is through the studio lens of Marvel Studios, has the mold of Ang Lee's traditional character model. The Hulk doesn't just want to smash and fight, he doesn't even want to become an Avenger. Bruce Banner was simply a man given the quote-unquote power of a god, and was chased down by the government to force him to become a weapon that he never wanted to be. Even Pi, in Life of Pi, is forced to become independent after his overbearing family, who sold their zoo and was planning a move to Canada, is killed when their ship sinks and Pi must quickly grow up to survive on a raft by himself. He's also got a tiger there. But perhaps the best example of this comes in Lee's best and arguably most prominent film, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, where Lee's full directorial style and message show through in full. Li Mubai and Yu Shi-Lian play characters who have already achieved a false enlightenment of a quote-unquote free life in the eyes of most of the country, and especially in the eyes of young Gen Yu. However, they themselves are held back by the societal pressures of staying true to their oaths as swordsmen rather than admitting the true feelings they feel for each other. This is seen in many instances throughout the film. Young Jen is also seeking to achieve enlightenment by freeing herself of all social pressures, ditching her husband that her overbearing parents chose for her, and living in the wild as a mercenary. Master Lee seeks to give her the enlightenment he believes he has, and both characters grow and mature together, along with Shu Lian, to eventually end their journeys enlightened together. Master Lee teaches the younger generation before he dies. Shu Lian finally admits her feelings to the man that she has always loved in the moments before he dies. And Jen leaves her secret lover from the mountains and quite literally passes through a threshold of fog from the mountain, showing her transformation and completion of their character arcs. All in all, I believe that Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is the best description of Lee's auteur message that shows throughout in all of his films, whilst being against the strict Eastern background he was raised in, and showing how old customs can change with time, and that people shouldn't always follow the status quo no matter how hard it is. Along with his directing style, each fight in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon contains almost no dialogue, and the characters grow exponentially through each one of these fights, especially when they fight each other, and they realize the true nature of it all.